What is going on, guys? UCF Jaguar here with GenJag.com, and last night the Jaguars put up an absolutely pitiful performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We were bad on all assets of the ball when it comes to the offensive line, the running game, the defense, but most importantly, Blake Bortles, the quarterback. So in this video, I want to go further into how I feel about the quarterback position and what I think we should do going forward. So let's get it. So for those of you who watch a lot of my videos, you guys know that I was a pretty big Blake Bortles supporter. It's not like I thought he was going to be great or that I was even all that confident in him, but I thought that he had the ability to be a pretty decent quarterback, so I thought, why not roll with this guy and give him a chance. But throughout training camp, it's not like he was awful. I mean, he had that practice with 5 interceptions, and he had some more picks here and there, and he struggled against New England. But the thing that worried me was he really didn't have any kind of like stellar practice that you're able to really hang your hat on. The first preseason game, you really couldn't judge him too much because he went 3 for 5. His 3 completions were off of very short throws. One of them was a dropout Rashad Green, and one of them was essentially a covered sack. But after this performance last night, there's no way this guy can be our starting quarterback week 1. There were 3 things that he needed to work on this offseason: his mechanics, his decision making, and just his overall accuracy in general. Now, I do think his mechanics got a little better, which it should have because he's working on it so damn much, but the thing that worries me was just his terrible accuracy and his decision making. It really worries me because no longer is he's thinking and not reacting. And if you're a quarterback, you can't think. You have to just throw it. And Bortles having that gunslinger kind of mentality and stuff like that. It's not a good situation for him when literally you can tell when he drops back and throws the ball deep. You can tell he's just thinking about it. You can tell he just doesn't want to throw an interception. Now, I was listening to Fred Taylor and David Garrard on 1010XL, and both of them said that one thing that helped them tremendously in their NFL careers was getting like a sports psychiatrist, which is, I think, what Blake Bortles needs desperately because he is just not right mentally. I mean, this guy right now, he needs to just take a back seat. I think he needs to be the damn 3rd string quarterback and just take all the pressure off of him. He needs to just sit back and freaking learn from, just talk with a sports psychiatrist because this dude is just not right mentally. But when it comes to what kind of upgrades we can get right now at quarterback, in the free agency market, there's Colin Kaepernick, RG3, Sean Hill, Christian Ponder, Zach Mettenberger, and Aaron Murray. Now, pretty much only one of them I think would actually be an upgrade, and that's Colin Kaepernick. Obviously everybody in Jaguars Nation is talking about him, and this isn't the first time that anyone's brought it up. Now, when it comes to my opinion on Kaepernick, I was kind of opposed to it, a few months ago, but at this point I would definitely do my homework and bring this guy in for an interview and see what he's all about. But one thing that worries me about Kaepernick is I don't know how really into football he is. I mean, I check on his Twitter every now and then, and it just seems like this guy is no longer a football player. He's more of a social justice kind of, figure. I remember when guys like Michael Vick and Ray Rice are trying to get back into the league. They were always posting all kinds of workout videos of them doing stuff. Just trying every kind of avenue to get back into the league. But it's just one thing, like when I look at Colin Kaepernick's Twitter, I just don't see, any kind of football activity going on. So, I mean, like I said, I'm speculating on this right now just because, you need to bring this guy in for an interview to see where he's at mentally and how much football has he been working on, is he going out and throwing every day? What exactly is this guy doing? I know Jacksonville's a military town and everything, but, it's been a year since the whole thing happened. He's not going to take knees in the national anthem anymore. And when all comes down to it, Jaguar fans, they want to win. And, if it comes with a little bit of a PR hit, that's all right, but we need to do our research on Kaepernick, kind of see what he may have to offer. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say real quick, please don't leave these nasty racist ass comments in my you know, comment section. I don't want to see, if I see the N-word being thrown out, I'm just going to delete your damn comment. But moving on from that, there's been a lot of speculation on potential trades that could go on, you know, mainly between like AJ McCarron, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brett Hundley out of the Green Bay Packers. Now, when you look at it, the reports are saying that AJ McCarron, the Bengals are wanting a first-round pick for him, and you know, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. Jimmy Garoppolo, apparently the Patriots want 2 first-round picks for him. I don't want to do that. And then, you know, I'm not too sure on Brett Hundley, but I don't think that, you know, Hundley's going to be able to come in here day one and make like a huge impact on our team. And nor do I think any of these, I mean, maybe Garoppolo, but these other guys, you know, I'm not sure. But, you know, all these guys all have like, I think 2 to 4 starts between AJ McCarron and Garoppolo, and I don't want to mortgage a first-round pick in that. I mean, I would love to win today like our mentality is, but I don't want to screw ourselves tomorrow. And, you know, what if we trade for an AJ McCarron or a Garoppolo and they're not good? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, we wasted our first-round draft pick, which we could have used on a quarterback. You know, these guys are free agents next year, so they might only be on a team for like 1 year. And, you know, it's just too much of a risk for me. I hate trading draft picks. That was something I reiterate all the time. I just hate trading away draft picks because the draft is where you build your team. The draft is where you have your success. If you look at all the best teams in the NFL, they all drafted really well. But when it comes to this year, to be honest with you, unless we feel like Kaepernick would be worth the chance to take, I don't see any kind of upgrade coming this year. You know, I think the guys on our roster are going to essentially be the quarterbacks on the team. And if I were the Jaguars, what I'm doing is I'm letting Henne and Brandon Allen compete for that starting spot. What I'm doing is I'm switching them. You know, one practice I want Brandon Allen to take all the reps with the 1. The next practice I want Chad Henne to take all the reps with the 1, and just switch off like that. You know, when it comes to, you know, I'm doing that every single practice from here on out until we actually find that dude. And the 3rd preseason game, what happens in the 3rd preseason game is the starters play the whole first half, and then, you know, they come out of the halftime and then they come in playing a little bit in the 3rd quarter. And when it comes to that, I'm doing the same exact damn thing, man. I am, you know, one drive I'm going to have Chad Henne in there with the 1s. The next drive I'm going to have Brandon Allenson in there. And, you know, I don't even know what the hell to do with Blake Bortles now. I mean, this dude is broken right now. This guy needs, like, you know, some kind of psychiatrist to bring him out of whatever the hell his funk is going through. Just, he needs time to freaking take a break from all this damn noise that's going on. I mean, it's obvious that he's not handling it very well, because the Blake Bortles that I saw, you know, last night was a Blake Bortles that, you know, I don't think I've ever really seen before. I mean, obviously he had a bad year last year. I mean, I shouldn't say that I've never seen that before, but, you know, in a preseason last year, you know, it was obvious that he was a different dude. And, you know, with the way our team is right now, like, they just don't seem more motivated under Bortles. So we gotta have a switch up in there. You know, if you're gonna preach competition, like, there's no way Bortles can be our starter week 1 against Houston. Now, when it comes to who I'm leaning toward more, it's really hard to say. I mean, as much as I'd like to say go out there and start Brandon Allen, we just have not seen a big enough sample size of him. We've only seen him against, like, way backups. And Henne, I think, just go in there and hopefully just at least manage it a little bit. But, you know, I would love for Brandon Allen to win the quarterback competition, but, you know, you got to think, week 1 we're playing at Houston, and on that D-line they have Whitney Merciless, J.J. Watt, and Jadeveon Clowney. So, you know, how much would it be throwing that at this guy? I mean, it'd be a better situation almost for him to, you know, wait till maybe like the first home game to start. I mean, who knows? Now, when you look ahead to next year, there's really a lot of options that could potentially be available. And what I'm doing is I'm signing a guy and I'm drafting a guy. You know, next year, Kirk Cousins could potentially be on the market. Sam Bradford, Jimmy Garoppolo, AJ McCarron, Tom Savage, Alex Smith. When it comes to all these guys, I mean, I think Garoppolo is probably going to get franchise tag potentially, but I'm going all after Alex Smith. I think Alex Smith would be the best option for our team. You know, he's a guy that's very good at short and intermediate throws. And, you know, I think that he'd be, you know, the best option for our team. When it comes to the draft, I'm not going to speculate too much on who the hell I want, just because so much changes over the course of the year. You know, you hear Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, and Josh Allen are, you know, the top quarterback prospects, but you know, any of these guys can fall. I remember Matt Barkley when he was at USC. You know, if he would have come out his junior year, he probably would have been a top 5, top 10 pick. But Lane Kiffin convinced him to stay an extra year, and he wound up going in a 4th round. So much can change. These guys are going to move it up, down. And on top of that, I don't even know where the hell the Jaguars are going to be, what spot they're going to be drafting this year. I mean, for all I know, this team could go 2-4. But, you know, we have a ceiling of maybe going 8-8, 9-7 with decent quarterback play. But on top of decent quarterback play, we can't have that shit-ass run game we had yesterday. The first half, we had 7 rushes for like 1 yard. Are you fucking sorry? Are you kidding me? Like, we can't have that. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on this damn quarterback situation. There's no way Blake Bortles can start week 1. I mean, we got to put Chad Henne and Brandon Allen back out there. Make Bortles sit with like a psychiatrist, try to get his head right, maybe hiding away from the noise. And, you know, if Brandon Allen and Chad Henne both struggle, you know, maybe week 6, week 7, week 8, you know, we can bring Bortles back out with a, you know, better rested mind, and just kind of see what he has. But, you know, it's definitely not looking good for him right now. But, you know, I don't think that he's as bad as he's been playing, but, you know, he's not playing well right now. And, you know, it's just, I think it's all a mental thing. He's just not right now. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. You know, like I said, I think we're going to roll with these 3 quarterbacks this year unless something happens with the whole Kaepernick deal. You know, I see Kaepernick as the only guy that we may bring in via free agency or trade. But, you know, I think it's all look ahead to next year. You know, got to get a free agent quarterback, got to draft a dude, and then kind of go from there. But this is UCF Jaguar with GenJag.com. I'm out.
Get adjusted to the time clock change, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird now in New England. Nobody really knows what time zone we're in up here, so everybody just shows up pretty early.